Good morning, Bells Panthers. This is the Bells News Network, and I'm your host, Tristan Gardner, here with my co-host, Kendall Clark. Here at BNN, we like to keep you guys up to date with everything going on with the Panthers. As always, let's start off our episode with the school motto, learn, work, serve, respect every day. That's the Panther way. Our Panther spotlight this week is Miss Clark. She has served her students through UIL coaching for years, and we've asked her what she enjoys most about her service to our students.
I love giving my service to the students at Bells High School because of their involvement, because their desire to do their best.
Thank you, Mrs. Clark. We appreciate everything you do. Now, the sportscaster Johnny Cox with what you missed last week at Panther Sports.
Thanks, Kendall. Last week, the baseball team hosted a tournament, winning 3 games and tying 1 to a very talented North Lamar team. Our Lady Panthers also hosted a softball tournament, going 3-2 against some very tough competition. Our boys' golf team competed yesterday at the Tanglewood Golf Course, shooting a .389 and placing 4th overall. That's all we have for sports this week. Up next, we have Jaywalking with Jax.
Thanks, Johnny. I'm Jackson with Jaywalking with Jackson, and I'm here with Mackenzie, and she's going to tell us some things about her UIL.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie. I'm in Informative and Persuasive Speaking. It's a UIL event that I do every year. Basically, we just get 5 topics to choose from. We write on a little note card, and then we just present it in front of 5 judges, and then they just see who's the best speaker.
That's actually awesome. Could you tell us who else is in your UIL group?
Lily Helgren, Reagan Payne, and then just a few other kids.
Do you think you're going to do good this year?
I hope so. I made it to regionals last year.
All right, that's awesome. And we're going to go to Ben with Ben Around the Block. Thank you.
Thanks, Jax. Hey guys, Ben here from Techie Farm Boy, and welcome back to Ben Around the Block. The Biden administration has been in a stressful situation over the proposed Willow Project. This project is set to drill billions of dollars worth of oil and gas in Alaska. Environmentalists are protesting against the Willow Project, stating that the project would cause irreversible damage to the world's environment and would cause mass destruction of Alaska's native ecosystem. The administration is trying to find a way to soften the blow from the project. In other news, the Russian-based private military company, the Wagner Group, has almost locked down the city of Bakhmut. This will be the first time in 8 months that the Russian force has managed to capture an entire city in the conflict. While this might seem like the Russian military is adapting to the Ukrainian war front, this is simply not the case, as the Russian assault has still been committed in the same way which has historically failed throughout the campaign. Thanks for watching. I'm Ben, and you've been around the block. And now it's Kendall and Tristan with the weekly update in Bells.
This week is going to be a busy one, starting with JV baseball traveling to Denison and debate traveling to Trenton today.
On Wednesday, there will be a cheer parent meeting at 6 p.m.
Thursday is the end of this 9 weeks. In Claiborne, there will be a varsity baseball tournament going through Saturday. Then in Whitewright, there will be a track meet. And finally, there will be a JV softball tournament in Gunner, also through Saturday.
On Friday, even though there is no school for students, softball will travel to Leonard, and there will be a tennis tournament in Salina.
Then, finally on Saturday, boys regional powerlifting will be in Decatur, and there will be a fishing tournament at Lake Texoma.
Following this, next week is spring break, so enjoy your time off.
Now, here's your Chief Meteorologist, Jonathan Cox, with this week's weather.
Thanks, Kendall. Before we get to this week's weather, we have a recap of the destructive storms from last Thursday. Around 3 p.m., a very strong storm developed near Collinsville and tracked to the northeast towards Bells. This storm carried hail large enough to break windows and dent cars in Sherman before moving into our area. In Bells, we saw reports of nearly 2-inch diameter hail, easily enough to cause damage. Winds also gusted well over 70 miles per hour, breaking tree limbs and causing some damage in the area. Heavy rain also resulted in some flooding, with local roads underwater for a short time. This week, however, the weather will be much better, although we can still expect some rain on Wednesday and Thursday. Those 2 days both look soggy, with a good chance of rain. By Friday, the rain will clear and temps will fall into the mid-60s, near average, for the beginning of spring break. Now back to Kendall.
Thanks, Jonathan. That's all for the Panthers this week. This episode of the Bells News Network is brought to you by 207 Productions, the Bells ISD Film Club, the Cool Breeze Snowball Shack, and viewers like you.
Thank you.